Hello and welcome to Practice Growth Strategies. This is the podcast that will help you grow your practice. I got a very special episode for you today. One of my best friends, Dr. Chris Zaino, is here with us. He's the creator of I Am Hero. He has ctlexperience.com for chiropractors. I encourage you to check that out. We'll talk more about that in just a second. He's doing a ton of awesome things, sharing the message, and he's going to teach us how to share the message with more people in our practice today. Chris, I think probably my listeners know who you are. They've heard of you, but maybe if you want to give us a short intro and then tell us a little bit about what you've been up to.
Right, sure. So if you don't know who I am and you lived under a rock for most of your profession, no, I'm just joking. So Tabor and I, we go way back. So this is really special for me. And Synduit or Genesis, and, I've been with Genesis for years and years. So basically, chiropractic was never an intention of mine. Never in a million years would I ever have chosen chiropractic, period. It was not even on the radar. But through a health experience I went through where I was facing terminal disease and this and that, chiropractic and someone telling me about chiropractic, which was one person, totally changed my life. And because of that, because it had such a profound change in my life, I said, I'm going to go to school for this. And then, we in 2005, Whitney and I opened Abundant Life Chiropractic. In the last 13 years, we actually rose to the largest clinic in the history's profession at a point. I think we peaked at 2,800 a week, but we would see 2,600 patient visits a week on average for years, for months. Everything I say is, if you think I'm bragging, I'm not. It's the truth. There's a 10-year period span. The first 2 or 3 years, I didn't hit a million, but there's a 10-year span. You could do the math where my practice collects $2.5 to $3.5 million a year for a 10-year period. Wow. So I was doing the math, so I created an 8-figure, I grossed over 20 to, 20, probably $25 million freaking dollars in chiropractic. Tabor, I thought about the other day, I was like, holy shit. It's awesome. So in 10 years, because I've been doing a lot, it compounds over time. And it's cash. And so Roger Bannister, when he broke the 4-minute mile, 46 days later, John Lindy also broke it with him. So what I'm trying to say, when we talk today, it's because of things I personally went through, if I could do it, and I've helped so many other docs increase their revenue, increase their patients, increase their life, because it's about not having a great, amazing practice. It's about having an amazing life as well. And you can have it all. These are the things I could bring to you guys, but you got to be willing to be committed. And what I mean by committed, knowing that when Tabor and I talk today, if you know that what we talk about will change your practice, you got to be able to say, I'm committed. I'm all in. Yeah. And the reason why I got to be all in, I'll tell you the core foundation of my hero secret sauce for everything I just told you, whether it be beating the disease, whatever it is, the core secret sauce was this. I removed all other options. I removed all exit strategies. I was committed 100%. Like Tony Robbins says, if you want to take the island, you got to burn the boats. Because if you're 99%, meaning that if I have 1% out the door, that 1% trying, you'll never do it, guys. And that's the reason why you're not where you want to be. I have the solution, Tabor. We have the solution to all your complaints. Every issue, every place you're stuck, everything you're bitching and complaining about, whether it be getting staff or hiring doctors or having greater collections or getting more patients, we have the total solution for it. Guaranteed, you would never have to complain and worry about it again. But there's a part of you that's not willing to go all in and burn the bridges. Because when you burn the bridges, when things get a little tough, you got to course correct. There's no quitting. There's no opting out. There's no, this didn't work for me. There's no, the economy's bad. You have no option but going forward. So I'm going to tell you right now, as we talk, in the short time we have, understand that anything I say and talk about will never work until you could say, I'm all in and I'm willing to destroy all the bridges behind me. Because it forces you to move forward and become resourceful. It forces you to find the time. It forces you to find money or borrow money when you didn't have it, because there's only one way to move, and that's forward. And that blows me. Let me talk about cars. It blows me how, I know I can't curse on this. It blows me on how broken a chiropractor's or any profession's mindset is. We are told like we borrow money for shit we don't need. Like, and that are not, that really don't help us. You guys are buying your Starbucks, but you're bitching that you don't have money. You know, but the thing is, like, do you know how much money you spend on something you don't need? You don't need the cable. And it's fine, but I'm not saying there's no right or wrong.
Right.
You buy those things because you wanted to. And I think you should have them. That's what I'm saying. So you understand is you borrowed money for school. You buy things that you can't afford. You bought things that you didn't need. So you spend all this money, you borrowed all this money for school to get a good grade and a piece of paper that allows you to become an entrepreneur. But then when it comes time to actually solving real life problems of practice, then you start bucking on price and you start saying, well, I don't want to be in debt. And so you actually, the thing that counts the most, now's the time you think you throw the card like you're patient. And the reason why your patients say that is because you're saying that. You're saying you don't have the time or you don't have the money or you don't have the balance. But the thing is like Tabor and I know, like if you invested, I'm going to throw a high number, $50,000, put it on a card to invest into your personal development, your growth as a chiropractor, your growth in systems and coaching inside and outside the profession. If you just invested that, that would do more than every single penny you put into school and every single penny you've been putting in places that really never helped you. So my belief, Tabor, is with the amount of coaches out there and the people that are doing amazing, the Rochester Bannisters in the profession, no one has the right to complain about anything. Yeah. You have, as a chiropractor in today's society, you have officially lost the right to complain because your solution, your marriage sucks, there's a solution to that. Like the solution is right in front of you. But here's the thing, Tabor, are you in that position because you are addicted to the drama of being an underdog? Are you in that situation because maybe you didn't want to? Maybe your marriage sucks because really you don't want to make it good. It's very that simple because I know when I want something, it happens. But I also know that when I'm not really into something, I'm not very good at it. So this is where it becomes self-awareness. If you really want, like the three types of chiropractors, some of you shouldn't be chiropractors because you're chiropractor because maybe your family was in a Tabor, right? So you feel the force and the pressure to be one. Maybe you're a chiropractor because you love getting adjustments. I did a Zaino experience, Tabor, where at the end of it, the person revoked their license. Wow. And they're the happiest they've ever been. And they're in a career. They found the courage to pursue a career according to their purpose. Amazing marriage. They're doing great financially. You know why? Because they said this, Tabor. You know, I thought I wanted to be a chiropractor, but I realized I just love the principle and I love getting adjusted. But I found out I really want to do the business. I mean, this is no right or wrong, guys. I want you to be the true, authentic version of you, not giving a shit about what people say about you, but also not caring with your peers that you love think you should be doing.
Yep.
Number two, chiropractor. You say you want more growth. You say you want to make more money. You say you want to see all these patients. You say you want to save the world. I see your Facebook stuff. I see your memes that you're going to save the world. But maybe, are you saying that because you think it's what you should be doing? That because you're comparing yourself to other people on social media, that's making you feel guilty that, man, I need to see more people to be validated by my peers? How about you just say, my truth is things are great. I really enjoy, like Tabor and I were saying, we have a good friend of ours. He saw 1,000 people a week, but he says, you know what? Life was amazing at 400 a week.
Yeah.
Stress was down. I was still helping a lot of people. He's like, just like me, I felt I needed to see 2,000 a week to be accepted by you guys, to be the hero of the chiropractic profession, for my coaches to say good job. But the thing is, when it really came down to self-awareness, you might be saying things are really good. Like, why do I feel I need to see all these people or have all these other things to do because you think you'll be accepted better? Right. Self-awareness. And the number three chiropractor is those of you that are saying, you know what? No. I do want to see as many people as I can. My heart is all in this time period. I want to really serve and heal the masses and take it to a huge dimension. And if that's the case, how come you're not doing it? So there's a couple reasons you're not doing it because number one, you don't know how to. That's cool. The solution is out there. Number two, you're doing it. You're not doing it because you really don't want to. And maybe you're the number two chiropractor or the number one. Or number three, this is even the worst one, Tabor. You're a loser, meaning, let me define loser. A loser isn't someone who tries something and fails. A loser isn't someone who gets a course and works through it and has a dinner and the dinner does good, but not the way they expected. A loser isn't someone who's always trying to learn, but maybe not like hitting the numbers they want. A loser isn't someone that's always trying to make their marriage work. That's not a loser. A chiropractic loser is those of you watching and you know exactly how to win. You know exactly the coach you need to get. You know exactly the course you need to buy. You know exactly the money you need to invest in yourself. You know exactly the shit you need to stop doing. It's those of you who know exactly how to win and you choose not to. That makes a loser. And you got to become self-aware and really audit yourself and saying, listen, am I doing this for me? Is this my self-truth? Am I doing things because other people's values upon me and I'm comparing myself? So it's about, this is not a right or wrong or judgment conversation. This is becoming self-aware for you to say, this is the type of life I want to create. This is the heroic expression of myself I want to do. But whatever it is you want to do, you need to be okay with it and smile about it, be proud of it, whatever one it is. For those of you who shouldn't be in the profession, we love you. Yeah. Do what you shine. For those of you that are like, you know what, Chris? 200 weeks freaking awesome. I work 3.5 days a week. I get to go to all my kids' games. I didn't at 2008. I get to travel with my wife. We have an amazing relationship. You know, we're like newlyweds again. Dude, great. You're making good. Like, why would you, don't let me or anybody else make you feel or some bullshit social media post of someone on stage. Let me tell you, when you go to a seminar, you're not seeing the truth on the stage. You're seeing the best. You're seeing the best testimony. You're seeing the, if everything was aligned perfectly. Yeah. You don't see all the crap that goes behind it. So like, have that self-awareness saying, listen, I'm going to embrace my happiness of where I am and not live in this world of someday conditionally I'll be better. Or like I said, the third doc, you are ready to save the world. This is the moment of your life. The fire is there. And now are you willing to burn the bridges and go forward and do what you need to do? All right, Tabor, I know I went off. So
no, let me just add or give an example to that. So you talked about investing in yourself, and then we talked about well, I know you talk about a lot is that unknown, right? You invest in yourself. That's the I think sometimes the unknown keeps people from investing in themselves because you don't have that faith that it's going to actually work. You know what I mean? But let me give you an example. Well, this is how I actually met Chris. Was he posted on Facebook and he said, who would be interested in coming and spending a weekend in my office and learning how I do things? And I was like, the first one to comment on it, I said, I don't care how much it costs, I will be there. And whenever I did see the price tag, it was more than I'd ever spent on any seminar or any course, but I did it. And it absolutely was life changing. I have a best friend out of it. We did webinars every week for the last 3 years and built CTL and all of the things I learned. If I would have just learned that and not become a great friend with Chris, like just learned what I learned there, I was able to implement in my practice and get my ROI, thousands of time back. So it's like, you don't know what course that is going to, my friend Tiger always says, he said, it's like a wet paper towel. And every book you read, every course you take, every time you invest into yourself, you're putting a cherry on that wet paper towel. And you don't know which cherry it is that's going to break that paper towel through. Your job is to keep putting those cherries on top. And then eventually when you break through, it's like everything just grows. Does that make sense?
Oh, it's the whole thing. Like I call it relationship capital. So Tabor invested in himself. So Tabor could have not invested in himself. And we probably wouldn't have the relationship we had now or immediate like relationship capital. Then Tabor, the programs we did, we sold hundreds of thousands of dollars of programs together. His practice did great. I mean, just like it expands because as a chiro, you're still worried about, I pay you $1, where's my dollar coming back? Right. You don't realize about relationship capital. And look at the unknowns, all the doors open. But watch this, we could track it all back where if Tabor said, wow, nah, that's just too much, and then didn't even contact, like it sets the course. So the unknown, what you guys got to realize is the most guaranteed thing in your life is the unknown, and you think it's not. You're scared of it. Go back. When you look back in your life, then you get to see all the unknowns and stuff that had to happen for you to get to where you want to be. Like, it's funny, like you planned, but all your plans never went the way you planned at all. Right. For instance, like, you know, do you think I wanted to get sick? No, huge unknown. Okay. Then the unknown was anatomy teacher from 12 years ago says, go see your chiropractor in some house in Florida. Unknown. He tells me the principle of chiropractic. Great. I then, like Tabor, had to invest $5,000 in myself off a credit card to do it. I could easily said, no, I'm not going to do it. I went for the surgery that insurance kind of would have paid for. And then in 7 months, my body healed itself from a irreversible, terminal disease. Then I said, wow. Then it led me to chiropractic, unknown, go to school. Went to school, guys, drum roll, life loses their accreditation. Like that, right? So 40 grand, wiped. 40 grand is wiped out. Maybe there's, and then it's so easy when you, for all you religious people out there, you like to hyper spiritualize all this shit. Oh, maybe that's a sign where you blame the devil. No, when you have no exit strategy, you don't let any shit get in your way. So it's like, I lost 40 grand. I lost all this time. And dude, like, those first couple classes in school suck. Like structure and function, neurology. It's like, they're so tough. The labs wiped away. So I'm like, great. So, and I'm in Atlanta, Georgia. So Atlanta's great. It's cool. I'm from New York, right? Florida. And then I got to go to Texas. Hated Texas. Worst thing in the world. I would never go there. So I go to Parker because they had the best accreditation at that time, meaning that I'll be able to get through school before any shit happens, right? So I go to Parker. I'm in Dallas, Texas, honky tonk land. Hate it. Absolutely hate it. Depressed, lost all this time. And by the way, those student loans, I got to pay. Like, it's not like they forgave me, right? They should have forgiven you, but no. And so I go there. 4 weeks later, I'm going to Fellowship Church, Ed Young's church in Dallas, Texas, because I was depressed. And my parents sent me the book, Purpose Driven Life, because I'm like, I don't know what I want to do with my life. My mom sent it to me. My dad had already passed away. And I started saying, you know what? I need to start going to church again. So I went to freaking Fellowship Church, and I joined Ed Young Jr., and sure enough, I see this girl with her family on Saturday night. I said, oh, okay. And she happened to be one of the personal trainers at the gym, the ranch that I was working out at. And I'm like, okay, it's a Saturday night. I was used to dating bartenders and strippers, right? So they had no relationship with their family whatsoever. So I was like, okay, she's at church on a Saturday night. That Sunday, I talked to her at the gym and gave her my email. That was my slide in. And that January, we started dating. And that April, we got married. I proposed, and a year later, we got married. So, like, I personally believe that Life University, I believe the universe made that university fail and lose their accreditation just to allow me and give me the unknowns to create the largest practice in the world, to meet my wife. And then we go to Houston. And how did we go to Houston? Because as I was getting sick, like my story, I got sick back and forth. So we would go to Joel Osteen's church, because on TV, his message was very inspiring. And I needed that when you're not doing well. So I would go to Joel Osteen. We would drive 3 hours to Houston to go see Joel Osteen just to get some positive time in my life. And we said, hey, listen, let's move to Houston and open up a practice. And we had no family, nobody, but that was the unknown that brought us there. And that's awesome. The rest is history. So it just shows you, talk about unknowns. And you know what? All of you could do that and say, you could go back and put the dots together saying unknown, unknown, unknown. So when you realize in the unknown, because we're all living Groundhog Day. You were living Groundhog Day. You wake up, you do the same shit. You wake up, you go to the bathroom, you brush your teeth, you go to work. So you're doing this, like you're living the same equation of life and you're getting the same result. The unknown brings in a variable. The unknown contains the variables and the nutrients for a different future, a different event. So the unknown is where the genius is. It's where the next step is. It's where the opportunity is. It's where the relationship is. It's where God is. It's where life is. It's where your next desire is. It's where the next beautiful, amazing idea is. It's all in the unknown. So if you stay away from the unknown and you live Groundhog Day, the equation will never change.
Dude, I love that. I love that. Now, as we're winding down here, I want you to tell them a little bit about the ctlexperience.com, because guys, the the Zaino experience is absolutely amazing. And when the first time I went, I wanted to help Dr. Zaino get the word out as much as I possibly could. And eventually we even videoed every process in the Zaino experience and built the content around the ctlexperience.com. So tell us a little bit about that as we wind down and start to close here.
So Tabor and I created all these programs, the Dynamic Dinner, the #1 selling dinner course in the world. Our products, Tabor, probably over 500 doctors had our different products in 29 different countries.
Yep.
I mean, and every single one of them done better. And then we have turnkey stuff where, like, if you're not good at a dinner talk, we actually do it for you. So, I mean, we made such an impact. And you're right. So the Zaino experience was a $10,000 ticket, and docs would come out for 2 days. And then I understand it's $10,000 a ticket. You got to fly your staff out, shut your office down. So Tabor and I, not only do we videotape everything we talk about there, but we added like another 6 hours.
Yeah.
Anyways, we created the Chiro Thought Leader Experience, which was we made 23 courses altogether, plus bonus ones. There's probably 6 ones that no one's ever seen that are really the good stuff, like that Zaino, all the thing on there. 23 courses, all in one area. It's like a university.
Yep.
As long as you're a chiropractor, it will be everything you possibly would need for your profession. It's all in one side. Every solution, everything you need, it's right there for you. And if you're all in, I guarantee it'll work. I guarantee it will triple your income in the next 12 months, because not only is it you have access to all 23 programs that are turnkey, it's doctor training, staff training. I'll train your staff for you. I'll even work for you, right? But we also have you have access, if you do it now, to the private Facebook group where you have 24/7 coaching from me. Like, you write a question, I'm on it. We have live Q&A every week or every other week. I'm on it. Like, so it's the only way you could get, instead of paying me 50 to 60 grand to coach you one-on-one for a year, it's a way we could do one-on-one coaching in a group setting to help everybody else. So we do that, and it's a monthly membership, and it's month to month. You could cancel whenever you want, but I just tell yourself, like, you have 2 choices. You could do nothing and stay exactly the same, complaining all the bullshit you're saying, or you could do what Tabor says. Go month to month. It's 300 something bucks a month. And if you get one thing that shifts something or gets a solution in your life and expands your practice, I could, like, for $300 a month, if I could help you add 20 grand a month, would you pay me 300 bucks a month? Of course you would, all day long. So, but again, remember I said, you got to be willing to be all in, because the all in person does it. If you're wishy-washy, if you're a dabbler, and that's the thing. And also the reason why the price is what it is Tabor just said it. Because he paid big, he played big.
Yeah.
If the Zaino experience was 200 bucks, Tabor would be like, and a lot of you chiros do this, the price has to be low enough where you know why you buy it, because you tell yourself, it's not a big loss. You buy something thinking, well, what if I lose this money? It's not going to be a big deal. You already go into it thinking, well, if it, I could lose 200 bucks. Like, that's what you're going into, where Tabor said, man, this is stretching me. I'm going to go all in. And because he paid big into himself, he played big. And look what happened in his life. And you know what? That could happen to you. But again, you gotta want to be able to do that. So just Tabor, you just go to ctlexperience.com. Tabor will put that right there. Yep. And just join. And then what I'll do is a bonus for everybody watching. If you join and then email me, I'll actually do a private onboarding call with you. You and me on Skype. I don't know. I would tell you it's 15 minutes, but usually if we're talking, it could be in 40 minutes. Who knows? But I'll throw that in, and that's worth a lot to me because it's my time.
That's awesome, man. Thank you for doing that. I appreciate it. And thanks for being on here. Ladies and gentlemen, ctlexperience.com. I'll make sure it's in the show notes on the podcast, and then I'll make sure it's on the video when we post this as well. Thank you, Dr. Zaino, for being here. Thank you all for listening. Any closing remarks as we shut it down?
No, man, we could talk about this all day long.
Good.
No, that's it. Thank you guys so much.
All right. Thanks, brother. Have a great one. We'll talk soon.